So, here on this chorus of Do You Want to Funk, it was, you know, the A minor 2-7, no A, gonna go G, through the 7, the 2, the 3, and the 5. A minor 2-7. Now, I love my 2-7 chords. And if I go up one whole step, I have to really change in this hand. I have to go from all letters to adding some sharps. I have to add, to get the 2 off of B, I need to go to C sharp. Not the C, but the C. And to get to the 5, I have to go to F sharp, not F. So I get to get the 7 off of B, the 2, and the minor 3rd, and the 5. I'll get down to A now. See, isn't that cool? Now, just because I'm in that kind of squish in the middle and like 6 around the outside, I decided to keep going with that 6, and I went to, and what does that make it? It makes it a major 7. Look, it's a C major 7. Just by going to 6. So 6 is really cool when you go back and forth. And that's what I'm doing a whole lot of Do You Want to Funk here. And then I'm putting the 3 and the 2, but it's a major now, because I'm in the major 7. So what I'm talking about in Do You Want to Funk, when I'm doing this A minor 7, B minor 7, which is really in this part, it looks a lot more complicated, but really what I'm doing is I'm just going in between A minor 7 to B minor 7 to B minor 7 and then to A minor 7 and the B minor 7, and then I'm just going to go to another page here. And then, you know, I just go back to the beginning, but it's a climb. It's a build with the melody. Here's the melody. Now I'm going to be inverting. I'm going to be taking those chords, A minor 7-2, B minor 7-2, A minor 7-2, B minor, C major 7-2, and then when I do get to the D, I'm going to go D6 or down. Remember, I can always invert it. Inversions are everything. So, and then that's going to bring me and walk me right to the beginning, which I'll get to in a second. So here's the melody. That was under A minor. That was all those notes. B, A, G, B, A, G, B, A, B, B. And then back to A minor. And then it goes E, D, E, D. Cool at the beginning of it. So that's what the notes are on the top. It's hard to see. It's not spanning out. Here it is. Do 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 do. See that right there, where the mouse always is a different color. I've talked to the actual software company man, like, hey, can you please give me a different color for the mouse? But they don't have that yet. But they will. That's just music software that is all written on the many notes. Hey, software is great software. And so, anyways, here's the melody. And all those notes underneath are, like, you see my doing that fada thumbing. By the way, yes, I know there's finally a new camera angle, and that's really great. There's a new camera angle. I don't have the microphone plank in the middle, right in this one area. So if you've been watching and you said, you know, he has that big, huge microphone stuck right in the middle. Why doesn't he know that? Because I thought, well, this would be enough just the lighting up of the keys. But I noticed, well, no, it's kind of nice to see overhead and also the lighting up the keys up everywhere. So the mic's over there, and I'm over here, and the keys are all seen here. Hello. All right, so a little side note. And then back to A minor 7, you know, but it's slight, very up. I actually, you know, remember those 6s I was talking? This is a true 6 off of A, that's not a true 6 off of an A. An F sharp is a true 6 off of A. And then I went with a true 6 out of G, because there's an inverted G of G with a bass, a B bass. So that's complicated. But they're all bass. Look at those 6s that I'm creating. Oh, some 5ths and 4ths. Keep slipping on that F sharp because that is the end of the chorus. But right? What could I do in the left hand to keep a rhythm going? Because time is 50% of music. What could I do in the left hand to keep that going? And I developed a broken chord. Now, I'm using the octave. It should be in the left hand, octave. Everywhere you go, octave. Sometimes broken octaves, sometimes short, long, or long, short, long from doing the octave like this or something like that. But no, basically, it's going to be octave. Except there's other, things like stride piano where you hit an octave and you hit a chord and whatever. That's cool too. But here's the other part: is and the in-betweens of the fifths, okay. But then the next thing I would say in the left hand is broken chord hops wide. Broken chord hops wide. And the reason I call it wide is because I'm taking an A minor and I'm breaking it this far. Look how far it is. It could have been down here. I'm taking it to the third and I'm putting it way up at the top. And then the next inversion that I want to kind of crawl, I want to get this whole chord, this whole 7, and and so look at all those open 6s, right? So I'm going to kind of walk it with my left hand. So it's this entire group of notes, which is A minor 7, and look how I'm walking it. I'm going like every other. No, I'm not going every. I'm going root, 5th root, because I like the 5th. But then here is where I'm crawling, right in here. I'm 1, 5, 3, 7, 5, minor 3rd, 7. But then I keep doing it wherever I am. I keep doing it wherever I am, which is even the B minor. See that same hop? C, B minor. Look at, there it is. There it is, see it? I just have to hop around it. And here's the C one. Because I'm in the major 7, right? So here it is, 1, 5, 3, 1, 5, 3, major 7. Okay. You're back to the B minor. Then I come back to the C, major 7. And then on the D1, what do I do on the D1? I'm going to kind of check that here. Check it. It is on the D1. I think I want it. I want a straight D chord. Sorry. I went this far. I went root 5th, 3, then root 5th, 3, root. So it comes out like this. I'll just play just a singular melody note, not the underneath chorus notes, just the chorus melody against this. Oh, this is the rhythm. Long, short, long, short, long, short, long. That's the rhythm. Long, long. So it gives you rhythm. Long, long, short, long, short, long. Isn't that cool? That's cool. That's cool. And then here's the C. I just like this bass line that come out of it, jamming these chords. A lot of times I was playing just octaves down there, like this. I'm like, no, I want to do something kind of cool. And keep it going against that counter line of the melody, right? Here we go. Listen to it. Right? Back to the A minor. And here's this part. End of chorus. See? This seems to end the verse. And then I usually just go into any of the letters, but there is actually something written on the music, but oh wait, I'm not even moving the music. That always is an interesting thing. Okay. Here's what I was just talking about here. But here's what I'm talking about. Look at this. Isn't that cool? That's in the left hand. Watch it, listen to it. Isn't that cool? Against the melody. And yes, there are some not in between accompaniment notes under the melody that are built on the right hand guitar part. But what's the left hand doing? Crawling through chord. B minor 7, A minor 7. And then watch it, I go pretty pure, but I still do the major 7. I'm trying to hit the D. A on the top, finished. Right at the top. Here we go. I know I'm playing this. And I know I didn't teach that much of that, but it's there. It's in between. It's in the right hand. Do notice how when I press 2 notes down, that I'm purposely doing that with my thumb. Here we go, chorus. I don't know where I was. Here, I'm seeing the music. Now I'm going to, here at the very end it goes, but I'm going to go, haha. Yeah. Here we go. Fun. Fun, 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 fun. That, my friends, is Do You Want to Funk Now? In parentheses now. That's the song. That is fun.